Hello, and welcome to Inspiring Voices, the podcast of the Cornwall Federation of WIs. I'm Helen Kessel, and today I'm sitting down with Amber Haig and Pauline Salisbury, who are both members of Lanivet WI, which is one of the very newest WIs in the Cornwall Federation. Hello, both of you.
Hello.
Hello, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Now, you've been going officially less than a year, haven't you?
Less than a year.
Yes.
Our first formation meeting is October the 16th.
So are you planning a first birthday celebration?
Yes, we are. We're doing crafts and having tea and cake.
Oh, gotta have cake.
Great
Yeah.
WI tradition. Yes. So
Lovely.
looking forward to that.
So tell me about how the WI started in Lanivet. What was the impetus behind it?
So one of our members, Mary, there wasn't a WI in the village. We've got a really thriving village community. So Mary booked the Methodist Hall, found that as a suitable venue for us. 3 months before that, she put up posters in the village and in the village newspaper. At our first meeting, we had 52 turn up. There were over 70 replies. So
I remember that meeting because Mary, I should say, Mary is a WI advisor as well as living in Lanivet and she wanted a local WI.
She did.
But
That's correct.
I remember being there with her and counting the chairs and wondering, had we put out too many chairs? And then we had this queue of women. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was buzzing. It was just so many people there, which was great. So we had a second meeting when around 45 people came. That was in September, and then we agreed to form on the 3rd of October, and we had 42 people join, not initially, but by I think November.
I think it's certainly the end of the
December.
year we had 43.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It is,
That's larger than a lot of WIs that have been going for years.
Yeah, we didn't realize at the time that there had already been a WI in the past. Do you want to say a bit about that, Pauline?
I can do, yes. It sort of occurred with me, and it happened with me because I listened to Jane Dover's banner podcast that you did, Helen.
Yes.
And she mentioned Lanivet having record of a banner, but how it was made, but there was no banner. And I thought, oh, right, I'll look into that. And quite quickly, through a family, and one of them is a member of the new one. Her family used to be in the old one, which gave me a bag full of photographs. And it seems that they've been going 75 years and finished, I think, around about 2013. Mainly, and they just celebrated the 75th anniversary. But I think they finished because of the committee and the ages and meeting up. So it folded, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant.
So I'm looking. So I'm now working with two others, and we're doing a new pennant and looking at a banner, and hopefully for Jane we'll have we'll have an article for her for the county news.
Fantastic. And we were chatting earlier before you came to the new Lanivet WI. Neither of you had ever been a WI member before.
I'd never even been to a meeting before.
So what made you, what appealed to you about it?
So for me, it was community. I just actually moved to the village. I'd only been in the village 2 weeks. So it was meeting new people. I love the idea, all the, ethos behind the WI, the crafts and the community, and, being part of a federation. That all appealed to me. And it's something that I'd wanted to do for a while. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go along, and I'm very pleased I did.
What about you, Pauline?
Mine. I'd moved to Cornwall 10 years ago, and had a big project doing a house build with my husband, who lived in Cornwall for a long time. We'd met up again. Anyway, that's all finished, and I'd got time on my hands. I thought, this is it. And now I want to get out and do different things. And I was going to Lanivet One for All Community Hall to do a couple of classes there. And I thought, I don't know anybody at all. And I go to the shop occasionally in the post offices. I thought, well, I'll look for something to join. And then really around about that time, that's when I saw Mary's post. And I thought, that's perfect. and I wanted really to see companionship to go out to places. My husband's quite busy, so I'd like to visit gardens. I like reading books, so book clubs, things like that. Just visiting all sorts of places, but have somebody to go with, a friend. So I saw it that way, and it was my first meeting. I looked around the room. I thought the only face I recognised was a lady from the community centre. But I sat with somebody who then became a committee member, and then the next meeting I sat next to our now secretary Jerry, and she became a committee member along with me.
So you're both officers, aren't you?
Yes,
we are. Yes.
I joined the committee because I thought that would be a good way, a quicker way to get to know a few people, and it was brilliant.
So you mentioned a book group. What else is going on in Lanivet WI?
We have got a book club going. We've got, well, do you want to tell them about Sea Fever Group, Amber?
Well, obviously Sea Fever, which was the competition at the Royal Cornwall show, where we won the People's Vote, which we were absolutely delighted. But it was just such a lovely group. Everybody was, there were about 9 of us.
Yes,
Pauline,
yeah.
wasn't that many? And everybody had a different skill. And we just all gelled together so well and supported each other and encouraged each other. And we just had such fun with it. And so, yeah. So we have that. Did you mention a walking group that we have?
Yes, yeah. We planned 2 walks. We've had to cancel one because the weather was terrible, but the other one went ahead. We've only got, I think there's 4 or 5 on that one. We've got a chat group, just a comfort chat, anything, drop in anytime, just have any worries you've got or anything coming up. The last chatting we've been doing is about a cake store we did last Saturday. So we've been swapping recipes, and that's got about 9 members in it now. So that's growing slowly. And we've just started there'll be little subgroups that will keep popping up, like the designing the pennant for us. But also Amber's got a horticultural group.
Where we just share tips and ideas and what we're growing and any seed swaps or advice or...
Yeah. And we swap plants.
We
Lovely.
do.
Yep.
And you've had some really good speakers as well at your meetings, haven't you?
Our program has been really great. It's been a real mix of some speakers, some activities with speaker. For example, we went to is it Dama Bay for a beach clean with we did laughter yoga last
Emily.
Month. Yes, beach clean with Emily. Laughter yoga with Kathy, which I had no idea what it was going to be, but it was very engaging and great fun. We did crafts last November?
Yes, yeah.
And actually, for a new group, getting people to know each other, it takes time to form friendships, takes time to, but nearly a year on, everybody was chatting, everybody was talking, and everybody sat around with crafts. You could pick your groups. It went so well because you just get to keep your hands busy and chat to people over the table. So, that was a really great activity for a new group. But yeah, we've done lots of things.
And are you thinking about recruiting members, or are you at capacity? Are you thinking of just retaining the ones that you've got?
So our numbers have dropped a little bit this year. How many have we got now?
I think that's quite normal with the new WI.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd lost, I think, of the original 43, 22 didn't sign up again, but we had a few new ones join us, and at the moment we've got 24. But they've been quite solid in the activities that we've been doing. I can see them always staying with us. But it is, yes, I suppose it could be recruiting new ones. It's our youngest is 48, and we've got an average age of 62. So it would be nice to sort of look around the village, and we've got quite a lot of young families. The primary school has got good numbers, so it would be nice to attract the younger ones to come in somehow. Not sure how.
Oh, there are always ways. You have to be a little creative, but yeah, keep at it.
Yes, we will. Yeah, but the low numbers. attendance is, even God looking back at Christmas, has always been around about the mid-20s. So it's been quite, and you know the chapel hall, it's been quite comfortable in there with that number. Because it was always I think it was a worry of mine. I'd sort of sit taking the record for that, thinking it's nice to get up and move around and do things, but we can now. So it's, in a way, that room is ideal for the number we've got. It's brilliant. Yeah.
And also, as a new WI, having 25 people in there works really well, because it becomes a bit overwhelming when you've got so many people who don't know each other. And for me as well, getting to know the other members, and also getting to know the WI, so it's quite a nice pause point. But we are doing lots in the community. That's one of the reasons we formed, was to be in the community. So I have no doubt it's a really fun group. It's a really friendly group. So I have no doubt that our numbers will grow again.
You have a lot of the members didn't know each other at all before joining?
No.
No.
So
no, I didn't.
On the lane I live on, we have a little group, because there are about 6 or 7, and then there's probably only 10 houses on my lane, and 6 or 7 of those are in the WI. So I didn't know any of those people. So that has been really great. And we all walk home together afterwards and drop each other off for the way. So it's just really lovely. It's just all about community, which is, perfect.
Yeah.
Really nice.
There's quite a few come from outside Lanivet as well. I'm not saying quite a few, but there's probably about a third come from outside the village.
And what's in store for the next few months?
So we've got lots of ideas. Obviously, supporting the local community is really important to us. So we are doing a fundraising bingo event, which will be the proceeds split between us and the preschool building. We've just, as Pauline just mentioned, about the cake sale we did at the weekend, which was a great success and great fun. So they are raising money for church windows, and we'll be doing a Christmas bazaar with them as well to help with that. Village Fete, which was cancelled due to bad weather, we will do that again, support local community. Village litter pick every couple of months. Beach cleans with Emily, not necessarily in our meetings, but outside as well. We've got lots. Our list is forever growing. Something that we try and promote quite often is making use of the WI online sessions. For example, your cybersecurity, and Pauline is a great advocate of, encouraging us all and keeping us all up to date on what is there. So, there is lots, which is really exciting.
And have members joined in any of the Federation events?
Any of the what events? Sorry, Helen.
Federation events, the county events.
No, we haven't. That I think that would be something that we could think about, committee think about, is how we know what they have done. I've asked Kate twice, I think, about the learning hub, but actually going off and doing events, I think it's come out through conversation with some members. Yes, they are doing it, but I wouldn't know how many have signed up for things.
Right.
So we've got to find some way of I'd say monitoring it, just getting an idea of how much they want to get involved with Federation things beyond the monthly meeting. Yeah.
At the monthly meetings, we always have a list, and we have all the sign-up sheets, and some things are more popular than others. So and Jerry always does a really good job of putting those forward, and so I think, again, because we're quite new, we're still getting to know each other, and we do have quite a lot going on in our committee, and some people just want that. They just want to be part of the community. They just come along for a cup of tea, and once a month is enough for them. And if that suits them, then that's absolutely fine. But I think as our group matures, we would definitely get more involved with Federation. Just, it's been new for us, a little bit overwhelming perhaps, but in a really good way. So,
have you got any members who were members of the old Lanivet WI?
I know of one, but beyond that, without asking them again, I don't know. Yes, yeah. I think she said that she was sort of sorry the old one had finished, but understood why. So I don't know what sort of how long she'd been in it, I don't know, but yes, just one. And then another member, as I said, her family had been in it, but she herself wasn't in the old one. She was too young then, she said. But that's about all I know.
Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add about Lanivet WI?
Well, I just wanted, I've just made a little note about some tips and lessons learned, which may
Excellent.
help other WIs which are forming. So communicating with members can be challenging, and we have struggled a little bit with this, with what platform to use, Facebook, and obviously getting consents on Facebook, WhatsApp. Not everybody wants to use Facebook. Not everybody wants to use WhatsApp. We don't want too many emails by overwhelming people. So we've just settled on a mix of all three. So the members that are on Facebook, we post on there, we will send out an email, and we also have the WhatsApp group. So that works for us.
Do you find that that almost all of
light.
your members are online and can access one of those methods? Or
Yes, one of those. That's
they're-
why we have the three.
yeah,
They're all online, and I know from the membership forms, because on the back of it, we've now got our consent form. And I had a huge amount of help as MCS. I've had a lot of help from National Federation and Cornwall Federation in compiling that, because I knew we'd got to send out the photograph consent. But we've ended up with a consent form now that covers any sort of issues regarding data protection and who I could pass information on to with emails. But yes, they're all online. They all access the emails. They've all got mobiles, and sort of quite recently, I can say that 100% of them would access something like WhatsApp. We've got a quarter of them don't use Facebook. So we've got as Amber said, we've got a mixture of things going off different platforms. But I know from recent training was suggested that we make things available, all the options available, and then they can choose.
Yeah.
So I think that's the crux of it. It's just knowing that there are things there. And if they don't want to use Facebook, then that's fine. But there is also WhatsApp to use. So,
perfect.
Yeah, we're getting there. And from our consent form, we also know about birthdays and the dietary requirements and health conditions, and that helps us organise sort of going out to places and with meals and food coming in. So it's. But again, a big thanks to particularly Liz. She gave me a lot of help with that.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah.
Any more tips, Amber?
Listen to your WI. So this is one example. It's taken a lot of time to work out what they want, with regard to communication, but also options of advance, giving them, we use WhatsApp polls, or we use suggestion boxes or votes within the meeting, and just go with the flow. If they don't want to do stuff, that's okay. We have our niche, we have our group and what they want to do. We don't have to do everything or all of it, because there is a huge amount that the WI offers, absolutely enormous, and there's something for everybody. So just go with the flow and work out what works for your group.
Is there anything that now, a year on, or nearly a year on, that you would possibly have done differently if you could go back to late last summer when we started having the meetings?
So I'm a massive fan of, you learn. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but that's how we grow, that's how we become better. So personally, I wouldn't do anything different. I volunteered to be on the committee early on, even though I didn't know anything about WI or the committee. But I've just had such fun learning. It has been challenging on occasion, but it's always been fun. We've always supported each other. So yeah, there's nothing I would change. It's a great group, and I've really enjoyed it.
And I think you're doing brilliantly.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have, it's lovely to have a new WI, but it's lovely to have a new WI that's thriving.
Yeah.
And hearing your success story is just brilliant.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both for talking to me and giving your time. Thanks so much. I look forward to hearing more about Lanivet WI.
I'm sure you will. And thank you for inviting us, Helen.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.